My name is Chantel, and I just welcome you back to my channel. I want to share some information with you today about whether to get hearing aids with batteries or chargeable, and pros and cons of each. Like and subscribe to this channel if you have hearing loss, if you struggle with your hearing, if you're new to hearing aids, or if you know somebody who is and you are helping them navigate that situation. So to get right into it, hearing aids obviously come in different sizes. When I first got my hearing aids, that was 10 years ago in my 30s, and I didn't have a choice. They didn't have rechargeable hearing aids at the time, but they do now. My very first pair of hearing aids were actually in the ear hearing aid. I have one right here, so you can see how tiny it was. It was a clear, it kind of had a clear case, and it also had, you could take out the hearing aid battery right here, and as you can see, it's super tiny. I mean, it's tinier than my fingernail. While this worked really well for me, I could see where this would be a challenge for anyone who has large fingers or maybe isn't as nimble and is at the age where seeing is a problem. And the other thing to keep in mind is with these tiny hearing aids that went inside my ear, in fact, I'll take out the ones I have on right now and just toss these in, but these went way inside my ear, so the battery and everything is sitting inside your ear. I could then pull it out with this little handle. The batteries did not last quite as long because of the size of them. They just couldn't be any bigger because your ear canal is only so big. You're limited on how long the battery life is on some of these in the ear hearing aids. So these ones were a 10, were considered a 10, and they usually come in these little cases that you see here. You can kind of see how they spindle out and you just take them out. One thing to note about your hearing aids is when you take them out, I'll just do it just to do it. I don't use these hearing aids anyway, so I don't use these batteries, but if you take out your hearing aid battery and it has this little plastic strip on it, to actually activate your battery, you need to take off that strip. It's recommended that before you use the battery, you wait for 1 to 2 minutes for it to activate, because that little strip on the back of your battery is keeping it from dying while you haven't used it. So once that strip is removed, it's activated. It takes just a little bit for the battery to kind of kick to life. Sometimes what I would do when I first got hearing aids is I would stick the battery in right away and stick it in my ear right away, and it wasn't working, and I thought it was the battery and threw out the battery. But in reality, I hadn't waited long enough to use them. So don't even turn on your hearing aid for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then your hearing aid battery will be activated and can work. So my next hearing aids were slightly bigger, and they came in this size. So you can see the different sizes here, maybe back here. Anyway, you can see that these were the in the ear ones and these were behind the ear ones. When you have the behind the ear ones, you obviously have a lot more space to have those hearing aid batteries, so they can be larger, which means the battery life is longer. That can be a great advantage if you have meetings or things like that. As they are larger, they're easier to handle than these tiny, tiny, tiny ones, which could be a bit of a challenge if you, again, you're not nimble, or if you can't see as well, and getting them into your hearing aid can be a challenge. That's just something to think about when you're shopping for your hearing aids. I now have chargeable hearing aids, and at first I was really freaked out about it. I'll be honest with you, I was completely freaked out about it because I kept thinking, what if there's a power outage and I can't charge my hearing aids? And what if I'm traveling and I can't charge my hearing aids? What if I'm in a foreign country and I can't charge my hearing aids? The truth of the matter is it's been fabulous. I love it. I don't have to change any batteries. I never have to go buy batteries. Batteries are expensive, and that adds up fast. So if you go the battery route, be sure to have a health savings account or have a budget set aside to pay for batteries. Especially the really small ones, because you have to change them out so frequently. I think I was changing those out like probably twice a week, because I would work such long days or I'd have things going on in the evening. I would have my hearing aids on from 6 a.m. until midnight, and that takes a lot of charge out of them. So I actually really do like these. This is not plugged in right now, otherwise I'd show you, but when I put the hearing aids in here at night, they flash, and I just close it so I don't have to see the flashing light. What is nice is then when I open it in the morning, they usually both have green lights on, which indicates that they're fully charged and ready to go. It doesn't take very long to charge them. I want to say, actually I don't know how long it takes to charge these ones. I want to say it takes 1 hour to 2 hours. It seems to happen really fast. So sometimes midday, if I take a shower or something, I take them out and I charge them just to have a little kick of power to them. So chargeable hearing aids I'm a fan of right now. I haven't run into any issue, other than once when I thought I had them in their charging spots and one was not charging, and I didn't find that out until the morning when it was dead. So then I had to charge it while I was getting ready for work. And then I just took the charger with me in my car and charged it on the way to work. Anyway, so those are some pros and cons to hearing aid batteries, chargeable or not chargeable. If you choose to go either route, I'm sure you'll be happy. It's just good to know the pros and cons of each before you decide what to do, and you may eventually want to try both. If you have problems with being nimble with your fingers or seeing or budgeting, you may want to look at the chargeable hearing aids. However, if you want to go for a smaller hearing aid that fits inside your ear, you can use the battery ones. They also probably are going to be making those in chargeable. I haven't done any research on that yet, but anyway, so there's a lot of options out there, and I wish you well on your research and your discovery of which ones work best for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.